another new hour. Insensitivity training for a politically correct world. It's Monday morning. It's August the 19th, 2024. I'm Woody. That's Greg Goring.
Good morning, Woody.
We've got Menace. We've got Seabass. There's Sammy.
Morning.
Phones are open, 877-44-WOODY. You can hit us up with a text over to 22987. So today, besides being a National Potato Day, today is also Pinot Noir Day.
Ooh.
Yeah, so Greg loves wine.
I do.
Pinot's not necessarily your favorite, though, right? You're more of a cab guy.
My favorite is a cab, but if it's red, it's for me.
Would you say Pinot in general is more of a medium-bodied red, Greg?
Yes, and cab has more of a full body, and it's drier.
Rich and tannin filled.
Exactly.
Is it Sauvignon Blanc?
Is it what?
How do you say it?
Sauvignon Blanc.
Sauvignon Blanc?
Yeah.
That's white wine. I don't like white wine. I've tried to get into it. I can't. It tastes not bitter, but like sour almost. Like cider. It has a cider quality to it.
Of fruity textures and notes to a
Yeah,
white.
I can't get into it.
You got to put ice cubes in it, right?
You're not supposed to.
Or frozen grapes, maybe.
Ooh, now that would be nice. But yeah, I like cab the best.
So we have 3 different bottles of wine in the studio. Greg's being paid to drink on the job today.
Yes.
What a terrible day.
I know, right?
Love it.
And so one is an $80 bottle of wine.
Jeez.
Wow.
Another one's a $40 bottle of wine.
Also, geez.
I know, that's G's.
And then the third one is the Cheapo Depot.
The cheapest you could find.
Yep.
Ended up being about $5.
$5.
$5.
All right. So that's what I call a daily guzzler.
And we're going to put Greg's palate to the test.
Ooh.
His wine nose to the test.
Don't know if I'll be good at this.
I went to a restaurant over the weekend, and the guy came over, and I'm not a wine drinker,
Right.
but I always got to sit through the whole thing because the other people at the table always pretend to be really interested.
And they do the smelling and the
But
swirling.
just the way he's going on about and then the way the cool air comes through the valley and really tickles the grapes.
does it, you jackass.
Okay, man.
Now,
I'm not a fan of any of that stuff because they way overanalyze.
Yes.
Yeah.
They count, they swirl, they look at the legs.
Also, I've found traditionally the crazier the winemaker, the better the wine ends up being. This guy is bat-ish crazy.
Well, one thing they say that I do agree with, because apparently it's scientific, the harder a time that the vine has to grow, like it's struggling more, the better wine it creates. So if it's in a drier portion of the acreage, if it's in a colder portion, if it struggled more to grow.
So kind of like people who really kind of had a struggle.
Yeah.
Like the success is that much sweeter.
Right, like they'll call it old vines in. So
Okay.
it's like the older vines. It's not a new vine. They struggle through the soil, and the more they struggle, the better the wine. That I agree with.
Allegedly.
Now, Greg, in the presentation, do they still smell corks? Is that still the move?
I haven't seen that in
Well,
ages.
This guy smelled the cork, did not give it to anybody at the table to smell it, but he's like, and it just then kind of placed it down while he.
I want
I
to
know.
meet this jackass.
Noxious.
I'll tell you about the
Was he an
places.
actual did he say I'm the house sommelier?
Oh yeah.
Oh, God. The second if somebody walked to my table or was about to go through that spiel, I'm
Well,
like, nope,
this
skip
place
it.
does that every time. It's an Italian place. And this guy's like, very much wants to pair the wine with whatever you are ordering.
Shut up. Don't want to hear it.
Go away.
Greg, what was your wine story?
Well, it was more of a pro tip. So I think I've mentioned to you before that I had this one friend who would invite me over for dinner and tell me to bring a bottle of wine, which faux pas out of the gate. You don't tell somebody to bring wine. The person you're bringing should know to bring
Automatic,
wine.
yeah.
So tacky. And then he would also put a dollar value on it. So bring a bottle of wine, $50 minimum. And at the time,
What jackass?
I was unemployed. So, am I going to go spend $50 on a bottle of wine? Oh, hell no. You go to a discount grocery store, i.e. Aldi, grocery outlet, something along those lines. You find a nice looking bottle that is cheap, and then you bring it, and then they try it. Inevitably, they're not going to criticize it. They'll say, ooh, this is nice. Ooh. Where did you get it? And you can't say, oh, it was only $3.99. You say these words, it was in my collection. Say, I didn't go out and buy it. It was in my
Fancy.
collection.
You
Okay.
can say, oh, well, I visited the winery. They're like, oh, it's Australia? Really?
Right.
Yeah.
So if you say it was in my collection, you don't really remember where you got it.
Yeah.
You've had-
So many.
You've had it for a while.
It's been,
So that's the
Just
pro
say some
tip.
tacky house guest brought it and probably some $3 chuck.
Yeah, you just say it was in my collection. There's your out. And then the other wine story I had was this one and only time in my life that I had a customized couch. I had it made to fit this one space. It was a chaise
Ooh, how
section.
bouge.
It was very bouge. It was
Customized.
one of the bougiest things I ever did, where I gave him the measurements of this one corner, and I wanted the couch to fit from this wall to this wall, and it had a chaise lounge on it.
Ooh.
Chaise lounge.
Chaise lounge.
Y'all remember the time.
Yeah.
Like we've never custom ordered a couch before, Greg.
Just hadn't crafted.
We know how it works.
So I had this thing for about a week, and I, as you know, I drink red wine every night. Shocking, right? And I fell asleep, kind of like leaning back, and I had the stem glass on my chest, and I had my fist wrapped around the stem of the glass. Completely fell asleep, and I wake up, and it looked like a murder scene. The couch
my God.
was dripping wet with wine, because much like you spill something, even if it's a little coffee cup, it looks like you poured 18 gallons of coffee
Sure.
all over the
Right.
place. The couch was covered in wine.
So did the spilling wake you up, or you just slept through it?
No, I slept through it.
Nice.
So,
Yeah,
and I
he's
looked
that
like
wasted.
It looked like I was covered in blood because I was wearing a white undershirt. That's just pure red. Couch is destroyed, so I get up and I had to unzip all the covers, wash everything. It never fit the right way, so I had a nice
did the
couch
wine
for
come
about
out?
a week. It basically did, but the whole couch looked like crap for the rest of its existence.
Yeah, man.
And you always knew it was there.
And I knew it was
Well, this
there.
is why you put plastic covers on your couch.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course.
Keep it classy,
Like grandma's.
But remember that pro tip. If somebody is
It's from my
expecting
collection.
So it's from my collection.
I don't know if like someone like Menace or I can get away with saying that because it's
From my collection.
very
Maybe
clearly
not.
we don't come across the kind of guys who have a collection.
Right.
Well, if you've ever been to my home, as only Woody in this room has, you notice I do have a
I have
small.
been there.
Oh, that's right,
Yeah.
and Greg. You notice I have a small wine collection.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And one of them I was impressed with.
I told you, though, my go-to wine for gifting for anything is Silver Oak.
Yeah, that's a very nice one.
You can't go wrong.
Well, we're going to
Very
see
nice
if
one.
Greg can tell the difference between these three wines that we brought in. Again, one is an $80 bottle, the other one's a $40 bottle, and the other one is a $6 bottle.
I hope
Right.
so.
All right.
So we're going to have him taste and then rank, and then we'll tell him which is which.
You'll tell me how little I know.
Well, we'll
Can't
see.
wait.
I mean, maybe you're better than you think.
I really don't know a lot. I just enjoy it.
yeah.
And as a kid, I thought, going to a winery, what could be more boring? Now I think, what could be more awesome?
I went as an adult. I took my parents to Napa,
Yeah.
and I agree. What could be more boring?
I
so
used to hate
boring.
the smell.
Yeah.
I used to hate the lifestyle. Now I'm
So
like,
boring.
how can I live here?
I went to sparkling champagne one, and because I like, I like champagne or sparkling wine.
Yeah.
Sorry, because I was in Napa, sparkling wine.
Yeah.
And they did sell me because I got so wasted on the monthly thing.
Oh, no.
I had like sparkling wine come to my house for like 2 years. I mean,
But I feel the same way about beer snobs or, whiskey snobs or,
They take it to the next
bourbon
level.
people.
Yeah.
Just give me a dive bar, beer, tequila, like that kind of place.
Right.
Well, then what are you doing going
It's
to these
the-
Italian restaurants with the
Yeah.
damn sommeliers?
Yeah.
then?
Because it's the food, and the food is really good.
I'm there for the gabagool.
I went there because I heard
The gravy.
the food is amazing.
Yeah.
The food's really good. But I'm just not a wine person. So he comes, the cool air. Like, stop
Yeah.
it. Shut up. Stop it. All right, we're going to see how good Greg is.
All right.
Next here on The Woody Show. Hang on.
The Woody Show. Be back in a bit.
Here is your chance to win $1,000 and a trip to our iHeartRadio Music Festival in Las Vegas.
All right.
Las Vegas! Text the nationwide keyword music to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard message and data rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's music to 200-200.
Alt 98.7.
LA's new alternative.